And also, Faker is looking to get his 400th LCK win for the first time tonight. So, the first player to reach 400. That is the big question, if he can actually close that final gap to 400. And it will only take one win in this best of 3, so any of the 3 games. He's obviously starting tonight, so...
Yeah, and taking a look at the roster here, it's always fun when T1 is playing to pick apart the roster and discuss, you know, what you think. And this time around, they're going to run the same thing, right? Zeus is still up in the top side. We got LM, Faker, Gumayusi, and Keria. They're thinking about it anyway with stuff like the Galio, and we might see Faker playing one of Set or Galio in the mid lane. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to see Faker's Set here, and I think we will with the lock-in. You know, we've seen that already quite a few times, so I do like this. I would have liked the Orianna so much more for the synergy that it brings with Udyr to set up for some really nice shockwaves, but...
it's going to be interesting to see how the gank assist goes in the mid lane with the Set, obviously setting up ganks. The Jace will put on pressure early, especially on that first serrated Dirk. And then...
so, it's not going to be a huge game changer, but 6 is up for Umpty.
Oh! The last little bits of that Infernum nearly tickled Rel's back there, but not quite enough, as Hoya face checks here. Is going to ult into Zeus, and we'll see if he's got any damage. He does have Flash, but... with Umpty coming up to the top side, it looks like they want to convert. We got action everywhere. The miss on the play does come in, but they're just going to leave Delight to die. Not much they can do to save him. Nice dive from the T1 bottom lane, and that priority really helping out down there.
Right now, I mean, he's probably going to die here.
Yep, there it is. Just the follow-up, and Chieftain does not have a way to get out of this one. He throws his ultimate into LM, but not much he can do. And he was playing it well up until then. And now on the bottom side, Delight just going to get caught out here. Good follow-up from Keria, gets him in the box, lands that death sentence. And that's exactly what it was for Delight in the bottom side. So T1 making the most of this game so far. You can see trying to get in there, and an excellent seismic shove is going to deny that stun for quite a while. And LM, with his 2 buddies, will eventually be able to take out.
So we're going to watch this, I think, this bottom exchange once again, or no, we're going to watch Chieftain. This is actually the sad one to watch. But, like, he doesn't know where LM is, he doesn't have vision, and all it takes is a flash engage from Faker. It's just that easy. With the Talia pick that they left open. And now, yeah, this is Delight coming in, tries to set up for the Attract Repel. It's a nice stun, but the damage output is just too high at this stage for Gumayusi, and the peel is there. Keria gets the hook, and that's all you need.
Yeah, and he's also level 5 up against double level 6, so I'm not really sure why they're forcing that engage, to be honest. It looked nice, but we saw the result of that. Amazing seismic shove here, perfectly timed from LM. Gets both the Udyr and the Scion off of Zeus' back, so he's able to survive. And then it's pretty...
be game-changing in some of those choke points, especially when you have Rel stuns and Magnet Storms as well. They don't have vision.
Yeah, nice bait here. We do have the Talia up on the top side, but again, Hoya pretty tanky. They're also committing a teleport here as the wave is pushed into the mid lane. And Talia is fantastic about disengaging. She just runs away from you and throws some rocks at you. And now down on the bottom side, again, looking to force a fight when you're this far behind is just not a good idea. That's something we've all seen before.
Because I was looking at total gold difference, which was extremely high. And the hook hits here, so you feel like, okay, maybe we can engage. They even flash commit in to get the Attract Repel, and the ultimate comes through from the Kai'Sa. But like, just because they don't have hook, don't know if this matters. Okay, the teleport is coming through. Let's see how T1 gets out of this one.
All right, well, Faker, he's the veteran, he's the big brother. He's gonna sacrifice his life to get his teammates out of there, and he's not even gonna die because we have action on the bottom side. And now is where the real pain will begin. We've got teleport coming in, and Zeus is about to bop some heads. Faker now, 3-man haymaker, just able to get on in there and break some faces. And, well, this is just a rout. Everybody's running away.
Where you going, Hoya?
Look at that wall. He can't even run to the right. Really, really nice here from Talia, from LM. Riot's main thing. Like, maybe Riot is main thing. As this is not a thing.
Jay's soloing Drake, by the way.
As we see time and time.
What kind of chemicals are they putting in that tank?
I don't know, man, but whatever it is, it feels good for whoever's using it.
No side effects, just a long cooldown. Okay, one chance, one hope here for Frederick Brion. Hoya he is isolated.
Oh no. He's supposed to be the tanky one. He was the chosen one. Oh, this is just...
Can they stop the perfect game? Okay, there it is.
Oh no, they stopped the perfect game. They killed Zeus. It happened. And I almost feel like that was their goal. You know, they just went in there and they just bullied one guy. The relatively not tanky Jace, of course. They burst him down, and that means we don't have a perfect game. T1 will have everything on the map, but they get the Baron here as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a great front line with T1's composition. Their comp is the biggest glass cannon ever, but it doesn't matter because they're so ahead. The damage output is insane. You just kill anyone who tries to collapse onto you. Zeus is caught on the bottom side by himself, and they all rotate in. And this actually would be, you know, we'd say it was a bad decision in terms of the positioning there in a fight like this if this game actually was winnable or if, you know, there was any way to turn this around. But hey, they prevented the perfect game. They got Zeus, and that was all they were ever going to get. Not a great way to disengage there either after Sion died. And I think this is just walking down the red carpet here for T1 at this stage.
Yeah, they just need a rumble to finish off that metaphor. And they're going to catch Syndra. Down goes Chieftain. Not much he can do. They're going to root down Hoya, and the push will continue with the Baron buff. He's kind of just going for a run. You know, during this Corona time, it's difficult to get your exercise, but He's finding a way to do it. As T1, they're just, they're not going to be 2BM, but they will fight if they want to engage here for Brion, and T1 will be looking for these kills, as Faker will hunt down Henna. Hoya will also be taken out. Gives the big thumbs up. And that's going to do it for this game, guys. 24 minutes of pure domination in favor of T1 as they absolutely clap Frederick Brion here in game number 1.
Yeah, Zeus with 2 deaths, you know, does die the second time there, but he did his job very well. He played the Jace matchup extremely well, and this was a draft issue more than anything else, but the execution was really solid out of the Talia. And for me, like, I know a lot of people are really excited about Cuz this season, but I think LM is fantastic. This is Faker's 400th win as well, by the way. We didn't really talk about it too much outside of the opening because this game was so, it was about Frederick Brion losing, but look at how much further ahead he is. Def just had 301. It's going to be no matter what.
He did the most damage on his team. He poked out the set a lot. That's kind of what happens in range versus melee matchups. But
it's gonna be Kyria and Thresh. We actually barely had support POG prior to this week.
너 상대하고 걸어야 돼. 상대하고
내가
걸어.
끌어올게. 내가 끌어줄게.
상대하고 걸어야 돼. 안 걸어도 돼.
받았다.
야 끝내. 빨리 끝내. 빨리. 점프.
깜빡 죽은 것 같은데? 깜빡 줘. 킬다 먹어.
야 나 죽는다.
나 만화 없다.
이제 죽는데. 야 이거. 아, 대체 이렇게 왔네.
As, please don't. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Please don't. Not like this. Not game number 2 like this. I like the Seraphine pick for sure. And maybe Chieftain is going to throw caution to the wind.
Nico,
Whoa.
not sure about that one. Not in this matchup.
Yeah, no Callista alongside of it and all that jazz, but you know, a range support into Alistar, I like it, but not going to be the case this time around. Your auto attack makes things even easier. It's a fun champion. It's pretty intuitive, right? And now we have this engage down on the bottom side. Delight is going to eat a bunch of damage, but so will Keria. Ignites will be traded. Chieftain is here as well. As the engage will come in, Delight may have to flash this one. And, well, okay. He survived the Pantheon engage, but he was wrong.
I think there's a misjudgment here for Brion as well. So, all in by Faker.
Oh boy. Well,
he gets charmed
though.
though.
A lot of damage himself. He's gonna get ulted by He does have QW. He's gonna be keeping at a nice lead for the Renekton, as you would expect from the early game, and also the mid lane has immediately gone Faker's way after that.
Oh,
it's okay. Well, Storm And even an Alistair in his bit of disengage is pretty nice. They wait enough time, and they think they're safe. They've got Chieftain nearby. They have the teleport coming in. The engage goes down onto Keria, and they will, in fact, pick up this kill. So finally, Freddebrion getting something going down in the bottom side.
Yeah, really unfortunate the kill went.
Just an insane spot. He's 1-0 with that one kill. He has 142 CS. And just absolute domination once again as Zeus trying to put on the pressure up on the top side. And Hoya looks like he's had enough. He wants to get fighting here. Zeus will have to back out of range first before he does pack the Dominus. And Hoya says, well, okay. They're just going to start it, and they're on vision. So you would imagine that T1 absolutely do not want to let this go. As teleports will come in, and the front line is just going to get blown up. Chieftain way too far forward. Keria soaks a lot of the damage, as does LM, but nobody's dying on the side of T1 somehow, some way.
So good.
Look at these incredibly low health bars. It just doesn't matter. All 5 members of T1 will survive. They're going to take the Infernal Drake, and now a 7,000 gold.
Can actually take in this fight because he's the one who actually really has to turn this around. Because as it starts off, you see the double teleports coming through, and tons of damage on the Chieftain, right? He goes down instantly, but then the charm is pretty good. And look at LM's health. He's super low, and Keria actually peels for him. He throws a spear in, and the bottom side of this fight is obviously going to go T1's way. They're so far ahead, and it's all it takes, man. It was really greedy to look for that Drake play. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but Chieftain.
Oh boy. I think he is just dead. Yeah, there it is. Shockwave comes in, and Faker picks up a 4th kill.
Once we see this rotation through, he decides not to back, and he's staying bottom. That's all they're getting right now in this trade. Team 1 are very happy with this exchange. Ooh, nice cask, though.
That was pretty good, but no follow-up. Like, seriously.
Henna's on the
Nobody's
bottom.
getting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, they're going to break the inhibitor already.
Have a cast maybe to start it off. So difficult to pull this off. Umpty's caught. Oh, no.
Great angle here from Keria. Easily able to shut that one down. And now you don't have anything from the Seraphine. You have no follow-up. Great follow-up engage from Delight, but a little bit too little, too late, as Faker will run down a couple of guys on the side of Freddebrion. Getting in there. Helps when they have the Baron buff. Makes the Tortoise run faster as well. Bro are going to give it one last go. They're going to defend it here at the inhibitor turret, or at least attempt to. As here comes Grand Skyfall right into your back line, as he would love to get that execute onto Umpty. It is not going to land. LM is even emoting him. No chill from this jungler. As T1, it looks like now they've had enough time, enough safety, and they will look to end this game.
Yep, just going to be an easy cleanup here on these objectives. You need to push this minion wave a little bit further forward. This Faker wants more. Umpty going to get out of that one, but he's not going to be able to do anything. Wow.
Oh man, they're actually going to kill him.
Yikes.
Okay. Well, there you go. 25.5 minutes. And that will be the end of that series. Not much else to say. Just utter domination from T1 here up against Freddebrion. 2 games that were just around 25 minutes.
Yeah, play T1. Maybe they bring us to a 3rd game. Like, there's hope, right? There was the hope of maybe an upset or maybe a more interesting series. But then, you know, we got the news, earlier this afternoon. Lava can't play today. It's Chieftain in the mid lane. It was Umpty then in the 2nd game in the mid lane. Didn't get to play the game they wanted. So for Freddebrion, this is a really frustrating day of games. Like you could see the look on the players' faces when it ended. Headsets tossed off. They just always push down the lanes carefully. Never overextended. Never made any mistakes. They gave no chances for Freddebrion to come back.
They did not. We'll listen in to what they say here at the end. If they have anything interesting from this series.
Actually, Kamiyusi's like, wait, this inhibitor's still up. We gotta kill the inhibitor.
We've all been there. Diving the fountain, the inhibitor's still alive. They took a ridiculous amount of damage from the turrets, by the way.
The minions weren't on them, so it's like, they just have that extra tenacity to end up falling. And they get the kill on Umpty.
Faker's got this cheeky grin after he misses the shockwave. But they get the kill in the end. And that was it. Headsets off. They take their big win. And, well, The most action in this game actually happened in the top side. You'll note the difference between the Orianna and the Seraphine. Props to Faker for asserting his dominance, perhaps we can say, as the ruler of the mid lane.
Yeah, and
yeah, there you have it.
You know, later on outside of lane, like the Orianna.
It was Faker on the mid lane, lifting up that curse. He had a very strong lane.
승리 축하드립니다.
也是恭喜两位获得了胜利。
네, T1 축하드립니다. 오늘 이렇게 5위로 올라섰는데요.
那今天来到了第5的位置。
선수부터 소감 들어볼게요.
听一下你们现在胜利的感想吧。
일단 오늘 좀 두 판 다 깔끔하게 이긴 것 같아서 괜찮았던 경기였던 것 같습니다.
Carry 觉得今天2场都是打得非常的顺利，觉得是一个非常干净的比赛，然后我们打得很干净利落。
400승은 기분이 어떤가요?
那现在400胜的心情是怎么样的呢？
그동안 승률이 3분의 2가 안 넘었는데 오늘로 3분의 2가 넘게 돼서 너무 좋고.
其实前一段时间的胜率一直没有超过75%，也就是2/3。那今天超过了，感觉很开心。
이렇게 역사의 한 페이지가 됐는데 사실 페이커 선수 오늘 미드라인에서 정글로 2명을 상대하게 됐잖아요. T1 입장에서 좀 특별히 의식을 했는지
那就是其实 Faker 选手今天在中单位置上面对的是2名打野位置的选手的时候，你们提前有意识到或者是警戒这个问题吗？
데이터가 많이 부족했는데 제가 좀 그래도 그냥 기본기로 상대하자라고 마음을
Faker 说，其实我们一开始面对2位打野选手的时候，我们一开始缺少很多数据样板，但是其实面对2位选手的时候，我们最后决定用我用我自己的经验去应对的时候，我觉得其实今天我觉得是展现了不错的竞技力的。
그럼 이제 경기 내용으로 들어가서 캐리아 선수한테 여쭤보고 싶은 건데 앞에 쓰레쉬로 라인전부터 압살하는 모습을 보여줬어요. 그리고 심지어 11.2 패치 기준 아펠과 카이사 상대 전적이 5대0으로 아펠리우스가 압도적으로 유리하다고 지금 그렇게 데이터가 나오는데 그 아펠리우스 대 카이사 구도를 한번 설명을 해주실 수 있어요?
就是你能说一下厄斐琉斯跟卡莎的这个对决吗？因为今天你们打得很好，而且现在情况是5-0的厄斐琉斯优势。
아펠리우스가 처음부터 끝까지 서폿이 잘하면 유리하다고 생각해서 저희 같은 경우는 어떤 구도든 바꿔서 해도 자신이 있어서
Carry 说到，其实他觉得说厄斐琉斯只要辅助打得好的话，是从头可以压制卡莎到尾的。所以在这种情况下，对他们来说，2个组合他都有自信的情况，不管拿到什么，他都觉得能赢对方。
요즘 슬래시는 W를 애초에 처음부터 선발을 하는데 혹시 이런 이유가 어떤 이유가 있을까요? 이런
就是关于锤石主 W 和主 E 的一个点，问到 Carry 你跟这个主流的点法不太一样，你是怎么想的？
까불면서 스킬 쓰는 후 그런 포지션보다는 뒤에서 그냥 원딜들 뚜벅이들이나 미드 메이지들 살리는 역할이라고 생각해서 W 선발하는 게 좋다고 생각합니다.
然后。 这个 Kara 说到，比起说这个锤石在前面各种装跳的这种打法，他更喜欢，或者他认为锤石更多的是一个以 W 为主，然后主 W 去救自己双 C 的一个角色。
르블랑 같은 거를 한번 보여줄까라는 그런 생각을 했었는데 세트를 하신 이유가 뭔지 조금 궁금해요.
今天本来以为第一局那个想问一下 Faker， 本来为什么不选这个妖姬？大家都觉得可能会选妖姬的时候选出色题的原因是什么？ 然后他说这个当时队伍里缺少一个前排的英雄的时候，我觉得色题是个不错的选择。
경우에는 캐리아 선수가 이번 시즌에 처음으로 노틸러스를 픽했거든요. 제가 이제 분석 데스크 하느라 이제 경기를 봤을 때 노틸러스 픽을 하면은 상대 조합에 약간 이니시가 들어갔을 때 좋다라고 생각을 해서 노틸러스를 했구나라고 생각을 했는데 노틸러스를 픽하게 된 그 계기나 이유를 좀 알 수 있을까요?
这一场是 LCK 的。 其实泰坦用的很少，那这场对于 Carry 选手来说使用泰坦的原因是什么？
레드 팀이라서 OP까지 보고 싶다고 팀한테 어필해서 뭔가 좀 라인전부터 뭐 이상한 픽을 해서 박살내고 싶었는데 조합을 OP까지 막상 가보니까 이제 이니시가 필요하다 생각해서
就是本来说我们在红色方其实想在第5选出一个直接能在对线上就锤爆对方的一个辅助，但是打到第5局开始发现，其实需要一个开团的时候，好像只剩下泰坦。
근데 오늘은 변수 없이 깔끔하게 끝냈잖아요. 이제 2세트 망령이 영원히 사라진 것 같나요?
就是说到你们第二局的，其实最近的胜率非常不高。那今天其实2-0干脆干净利落的拿下来以后，你们觉得第2局的这个诅咒消失了吗？
선행과 관련된 거군요. 무엇보다 오늘 좀 그래도 퇴마에 성공하신 것 같은데.
然后 Faker 说到呢，今天确实是感觉看起来打破了这个魔咒。
생일 축하 한마디 페이커 선수부터 해주시죠.
啊，今天其实是这个小吕布的生日呢，祝这个让飞客选手祝他生日快乐啊，那祝他这个祝他生日快乐，然后希望他成长为一个打得非常好的这个 AD 选手。
啊，죄송합니다。
캐리어 선수도 오늘 축하 한마디 해주세요.
然后希望这个 캐리어选手也能祝福自己的 AD 一下。
생일 축하하고 생일 축하합니다.
啊，这个最后就说了一句祝你生日快乐。
너무 기뻐할 것 같습니다. 자, 그러면 이제 설 연휴 이후에 1라운드 마지막 상대가 DRX입니다. 캐리어 선수는 또
啊，就是在你们春节过后回来，第一局就要面对到第二个 DRX 的对阵，那说一下你们的决心吧。
DRX전 지면은 그 두 명이서 저를 무지하게 공격할 것 같기 때문에 꼭 이겨서 제가 공격하도록 해보겠습니다.
啊，他说如果面对 DRX， 如果我输了的话，那个老队员一定会非常强烈的攻击我，所以说我今天一定要拿下 DRX 这场比赛，然后反而去恶心他们，或者说攻击他们。
했는데 앞으로 좀 많이 패배를 쌓으면 안 될 것 같아서 다음 경기도 꼭 이기고 2라운드 때도 잘 준비해보도록 하겠습니다.
啊，非常诚恳的说到说这个最近其实表现的并不是很好，我觉得这样下去是不行的。那我们下一轮或者说进入到第二轮的时候，我们一定会更努力的去打好每一场比赛，尽量的拿下每一场比赛的胜利。
挺搞的，在祝生日快乐的时候 ，Carry 为什么突然一下笑喷了？
我
就李哥在说话的时候，我看他笑成那个样子，我还以为李哥说什么搞心态的话呢。